Alright everyone, I'm back today with another Books for You to Love, and this is one of my favourite books that I read when I was growing up. It's a great kids book by a really old famous popular author, and that is the Magicians of Caprona. Let me see if I can pronounce the title. The Magicians of Capronan, sorry. I haven't really needed to pronounce the title before. By Diane Wynne Jones, and she was a really good author. Unfortunately, she passed away last year, but all of her little kids books are fantastic. If I remember correctly, she did Howl's Moving Castle. Oh, let's have a quick look and see if I could give you some examples. She did Howl's Moving Castle, Castle in the Air, Witch Week, The Lives of Christopher Chant, Mixed Magics. There's a lot of great little books that she wrote, but this one in particular was my favourite as a kid growing up. It takes place in a different world, in their analogy of Italy. And it's between two different magical families who have been feuding for ages. There's the Casa Montana and the Casa Petrocia. And we originally start off with the Casa Montana, but we get introduced to characters from the Casa Petrocia. And basically the magic of both families has been fading for a while, and they blame each other, and because of the state of the two magical families that dominate in the city itself has been facing various misfortune. There's potential of war in the air with the other Italian city-states. But behind the scenes there is a shadowy, evil presence that threatens them all. And it just follows the children of both families and their adventures individually at start, but then as they get to know each other, their adventures together up to the accumulation of the book. And I really liked it because it's very strict, despite the fact this fits in with the other books in the series. This is part of a kind of very loose series of books called The Worlds of I'm going to see if I can pronounce that. Chirestemanchi. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so terrible at pronouncing words I don't usually speak. The Worlds of Chirestemanchi. Basically, the books in this series are very loosely related to each other. There's a few characters that are shared in the series, but most of the books are standalone ones. They're involved in different worlds. And it's only because they are in a shared universe that they have some relation to each other. So this is a great little standalone book, although if you read the other ones in the series, you can see the subtle interaction and sharing of ideas between all the other books. And why did I really like it? It's a very fun book at first. It's got some great little characters in it, but then it slowly builds up tension-wise, but it's still focused on the children, strange enough. Even as this great evil is slowly revealing itself and the danger to the city is becoming quite pronounced, it's still very focused on the exploits of the children and how, generation to generation, it's a generational book. Basically, as I mentioned, the families have been feuding for ages with each other, and the elders expect the children to carry on the feud. Very similar analogy-wise to stories about the mafia and mafia families feuding with one another, but it shows the power of young people to change that, which they slowly do, challenging tradition whilst trying to also maintain rightful tradition, as it were. So yeah, it just follows some great great little characters in the book. It's a great little standalone story. I fully enjoyed it reading, and I do recommend it to any parents that are looking for something for their children to read. It's more something towards the older spectrum of the child, perhaps even young teen. I reread this recently when I got my own copy again, and I fully enjoyed it. It's a very quick, easy read for adults, but it still has the ability to charm, just like magic does in the book, actually, with other people. And it's actually great to read a story about, magicians as in a family sense. I mean, you've got Harry Potter, Hogwarts and such, and there is a thing about magical families, but it's more focused on the school of magic and the children and such. This is actually about, children and their parents and their aunts and uncles, extended families all being together, all practicing magic together, and having a strong sense of tradition and family life. I think that's the thing. It's very rare to see a kids' book about magic that's about a strong extended family magical sense, a sense of lineage, as it were. And these people aren't just people who can do magic who've come together. This is about families that are honouring their traditions and their craft, as it were, because the two different families see this not really as a calling, more of as a craftsmanship thing. They practice magic to sell their services to the city and the cities of Italy as a whole. And yeah, but like I said, it's a great book about children overcoming in pointless feuding and changing events for the better. So I definitely recommend it for adults, for children as well. And yeah, it's a great little unknown title, because this title isn't really well known about currently, but it's still popular with anyone that's ever read it. So yeah, that's my recommendation for the Magicians of Caprona. Yes, I said it correctly. By the great little talented author Diane Wynne Jones. Check it out, get your own copy from play.com, Amazon or somewhere, or just go and borrow it from your local library. In fact, probably do. If you just want to check it out and see what it's like, do as I would do. Go and borrow it from your local library, and once you found you love the title, like me, you can get your own copy. Alright, thanks for listening, and I'll check you out soon.